Welcome back to the Story Highway, where every story takes you on a journey through mystery, courage, and secrets hidden in plain sight. Today's story is about a lighthouse, a storm, and a promise that defies time itself. So sit back and let's dive into the lighthouse keeper's secret. On the edge of a forgotten coastline, where the sea slammed against jagged cliffs with a roar that never slept, there stood an old lighthouse. Its paint was peeling, windows clouded, and lantern dim, yet the faint light at the top had guided countless sailors home. For decades, villagers whispered about the keeper, an enigmatic man named Ethan, who never left the lighthouse, not even when violent storms threatened to swallow the coast. Children feared the shadow of the lighthouse, imagining monsters lurking inside. Adults avoided it, unsure why Ethan lived in solitude. But somehow, the glow from the tower always brought comfort to sailors. One stormy night, a young journalist named Olivia, chasing stories of the unusual and unexplained, arrived in the village. She had heard tales of the lighthouse from her grandmother, and the mystery lingered in her mind like a half-remembered dream. Determined, she trekked along the cliffside trail, rain soaking her coat, waves smashing violently below, until she reached the lighthouse. Ethan opened the heavy wooden door before she could knock. His eyes were gray like storm clouds, sharp, piercing, yet carrying a strange sadness. Olivia explained her purpose, hoping he would speak, but he simply nodded and gestured her inside. The interior was dusty, filled with stacks of journals, maps, and old sea charts, some marked with strange symbols. The walls were lined with portraits of ships, some intact, some wrecked, all meticulously painted. Over the next few hours, Ethan began to tell his story. Years ago, he had been a sailor, known for his courage and skill. One fateful night, during a ferocious storm, his ship vanished without a trace. He woke up alone on the cliffs, the lighthouse newly built, realizing the storm had frozen time for him. To protect the sailors venturing too close to the deadly cliffs, he had sworn an eternal vow to remain at the lighthouse, guiding ships with his light, keeping them safe, while the world moved on without him. Olivia listened, captivated. She asked why he never left. Ethan smiled faintly. Some promises, some debts, can't be broken. Time may forget, but the sea never forgives. Night fell, and the storm outside intensified. Olivia noticed a shadow moving across the sea, far below. Ethan rushed to the lantern, lighting it fully for the first time in years, casting a beacon so bright it cut through the darkness. Through the storm, they saw a ship struggling against the waves, heading straight for the rocks. Ethan guided it with precise flashes, signaling the sailors. Olivia realized then that he wasn't just a keeper of light, he was a keeper of lives, silently watching, silently risking everything, bound by a promise no one could see. As dawn broke, the storm faded. The ship survived, and villagers later celebrated the mysterious lighthouse light that had saved it. Olivia, inspired and awestruck, wrote a story that would change her life. But when she turned to thank Ethan, he was gone, leaving only his journals, his maps, and a single note. The lighthouse will always shine for those who need it most. And perhaps, one day, someone worthy will continue the watch. Olivia left the lighthouse, feeling the weight of a secret larger than herself. The cliffs whispered in the morning wind, the sea gleamed under the sun, and the lighthouse stood tall, silent, eternal, guarding a truth the world was not ready to fully understand. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more mysterious and thrilling tales. here on the Story Highway. And remember, some lights shine brightest in the darkest storms.